Who owns the city? This is a simple question. The answer is not simple at all. A city is more than just buildings and roads. It is a living, breathing thing. It is made of people. It is full of their work. It is full of their joy. It is full of their history. It is full of their dreams. We walk down a street, we sit in a park, we gather in a public square. These spaces are not neutral. They are stages where power is shown. Many different people and groups want to control these spaces. They fight to shape the city to fit their own needs and desires. This constant struggle is what makes a city what it is. Public space is deeply political. Streets and squares are not just for moving from one place to another. They have always been arenas for political expression. They are places where people come together to make their voices heard. They gather to demand change, to protest injustice, to celebrate a shared identity. When people occupy a public square, they are doing more than just standing in a physical location. They are making a powerful statement. They are claiming that space as their own, even if just for a moment. They are showing the world that they exist and that their demands matter. History gives us powerful examples of this. Think of Tahrir Square in Cairo during the Arab Spring. It was just a traffic circle, but it became the heart of a revolution. Millions of people transformed it into a symbol of hope and defiance. The square became a temporary city within the city, with its own rules and its own sense of community. In Delhi, a stretch of road in Shaheen Bagh became a site of a long, peaceful sit-in protest led by women. An ordinary neighborhood street turned into a powerful symbol of resistance. These political struggles are not just about grand revolutions. They happen every day in smaller ways. A community might organize to stop a new development in their local park. A group of activists might hold a rally at City Hall. Even gathering can be political, especially for marginalized groups. These acts are a way of asserting a right to the city. The authorities often see these gatherings as a threat. They try to control public space through laws, permits, and police presence. They might design squares to discourage crowds and install surveillance to monitor activities. This is also a form of struggle over space. The city is a massive economic machine. Land, buildings, location. This economic value drives the battle for urban space. People who see the city as a home. People who see it as an asset to sell. Gentrification, a visible front in this economic war. Older working-class neighborhoods targeted for redevelopment. New cafes, boutiques, luxury apartments. The neighborhood becomes shinier, cleaner, more fashionable. But it has a tremendous human cost. Rents soar, property taxes rise. Long-time residents can't afford to stay. Small family-owned businesses give way to corporate chains. A community's social fabric is torn apart. People forced to move from their jobs, from their schools, from their support networks. This process is often driven by policy. Favored, real estate developers, wealthy investors. Not favored, long-term residents. The city is remade in the image of the rich, pushing the poor to the margins. This struggle plays out worldwide. Dharavi, Mumbai, prime land eyed for high rises, threatening displacement of residents and small industries. Kathputli Colony, Delhi, traditional artists and puppeteers fighting not just for homes, but for cultural heritage. Millions of informal workers keep the city running. Street vendors, hawkers, rickshaw pullers, waste pickers. They provide essential services, yet many lack legal rights to their workspaces, facing harassment, eviction, confiscation of goods. Their fight for a small patch of pavement is a daily struggle for survival. It's a fight for the right to earn a living in the city that depends on them. Who owns the city's sidewalks? So yeah. Cities are mosaics of different social and cultural groups. People of different genders, ages, castes, religions, and classes live side by side. This diversity is a strength, but also creates conflict over who feels welcome. Spaces are rarely neutral. They are often designed consciously or unconsciously, by and for a dominant group. This can make others feel excluded, unwelcome, or even threatened. Gender is a major fault line. Many public spaces are implicitly designed for men. Parks, streets, public transport can feel unsafe for women, especially after dark. The fear of harassment and violence limits women's freedom of movement and their ability to fully participate in city life. Social movements like Why Loiter in India challenge this reality. They encourage women to claim their right to be in public spaces without having to provide a reason. To hang out, be idle, occupy space just as men do. A fight to make the public realm truly public for everyone. Social class and caste draw sharp boundaries. Gated communities and impoverished slums, islands of privilege in a sea of disadvantage. This physical separation reinforces deep inequalities. The city's walls, gates, and exclusive clubs tell people where they belong. Religious and ethnic identities are contested through festivals, processions, and buildings. These can unite communities, but also spark conflict with others who feel their space is being encroached upon. The fight over a site is about whose culture and faith are seen as legitimate. These cultural battles shape the character of neighborhoods and the city as a whole. These struggles are ongoing. The battle for the city is also a battle over nature. As cities expand, they consume land, forests, water bodies, creating an environmental front line where growth clashes with planetary health and residents' well-being. Rivers, parks, coastlines, patches of open land become valuable commodities. The struggle is over who gets to benefit from these natural assets. Is it developers building luxury condos with a river view, or the public who needs green spaces for recreation, fresh air, and a connection to nature? City rivers were long treated as sewers, polluted and neglected. Now cities rediscover waterfronts, launching cleanups and promenades with parks and cafes. The Sabarmati riverfront in Ahmedabad created attractive public space, but built concrete walls and displaced thousands of poor families who lived and worked along the river. The beautified river became accessible to the middle class, built on the eviction of the poor. This raises a core question: ecological sustainability for all, or green amenities for the wealthy? Often, improvements trigger green gentrification, raising values and displacing low-income residents to more polluted, less green areas. Environmental justice demands clean air, clean water, and green space for everyone. Residents transform vacant lots into gardens, protect wetlands, and demand public transport over private cars. These grassroots efforts show another urban environmental vision is possible. It's a vision where ecological health is not a luxury good, but a basic right for every person who lives in the city. So, people are really stepping up. The battle for the city is not just fought over physical territory. It is also fought over symbols, memory, and meaning. The statues in our squares, the names of our streets, the monuments we preserve, all tell a story of whose history is important and whose is forgotten. When groups challenge these symbols, they challenge the dominant narrative, demanding their own history and identity be recognized. A statue can be pride to one group, oppression to another. Movements worldwide challenge statues of colonizers, slave traders, Confederate generals. These actions are not about erasing history but re-evaluating it, asking who we honor in our most public spaces. Changing a street name from a colonial ruler to a local freedom fighter is a powerful symbolic act. It reclaims the city's narrative. Mega events give cities a polished image, modern, efficient, glamorous, but often hide a darker reality. Slums are cleared, the homeless pushed out of sight, strict security imposed. The spectacle papers over deep inequalities. Art and protest contest official narratives. A mural can appear overnight, critiquing power or celebrating forgotten culture, turning a space of control into a space of expression. So, who owns the city? The answer is not a single person or group. The city is a shared project. It is a place of constant negotiation and struggle, political, economic, social, environmental. These battles are not signs of failure, they are signs of life. People care deeply about their urban home. People are not passive consumers, but active agents in its creation. These contests push us to ask hard questions about justice, equality, and belonging. Hope lies in recognizing what Henri Lefebvre called the right to the city. Not just access to resources, but a deeper right. It is the right to change and reinvent the city to meet our heart's desire. The right of every inhabitant to participate in the decisions that shape their environment. This means genuinely inclusive planning and safe, welcoming public spaces, regardless of gender, class, or background. We see glimpses in daily victories, a safe park, street vendors gaining legal rights, transit that serves all, artists telling community stories. Ultimately, the city is not just built by architects and planners. The shopkeeper, the student, the parent, the artist, the activist, all shape its character. The struggle for space is a conversation about what we value. Through this ongoing, often messy contestation, we can create cities that are economically prosperous, socially just, environmentally sustainable, and culturally vibrant.